Hey everybody, lots of questions lately about where my brushes can be found and what is available. I'm leaving a link to my Etsy page in the description below, Rich Man Shaving on Etsy. Stay tuned for updates. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shaving with Rich. Today's episode is going to be short and sweet. This is a beginner's face lathering tutorial. So face lathering with a synthetic brush for beginners. So basically, the rest of the world, they're using what I call crap in a can of one form or another, whether it's the foam or whether it's the gel or whatever. That's what they're using. The idea of a brush with a shave is completely and utterly foreign to most people, except for maybe a few of them have seen it in old Western movies, or some movies may have seen a DE razor, maybe a straight razor, and they probably use like a brush, just for the Hollywood effect. But beyond that, it's pretty foreign to people. But years ago, that's just the way that it was done. So as far as when they get into a face lather, like, how do I do this? There's no thinking involved when you use the stuff from the can. You just squirt it on your hand and put it on your face, pretty much. And that's what you get. So with this, it's different. You're going to get a great shave, but you got to know what you're doing. So I chose synthetics right here. I've actually got a friend that started wet shaving recently. If you watch my previous video, this is for Greg. He just recently started, and man, he's already like 4 soaps and aftershaves into this, and he's done like 1 or 2 shaves. So he's off to the races. I mean, it's pretty clear we got him. Oh yeah, he's in the rabbit hole with us. So anyways, getting back to this, I'm using this knot here, this brush, because he has a blood knot on his brush that he purchased from me. It's a 30 millimeter knot. This is only a 24 millimeter knot, I believe. Anyways, so synthetic brushes are really easy, and they're the best for beginners. I start off with boar hair brushes and Omega, and then I went to synthetics, and then now I've gotten into Badgers as well. They all have their pros and cons, but definitely the easiest to start out with is a synthetic. It's also probably your least expensive, and there's just no maintenance. Like, they work right out of the box. You don't have to break them in. You don't have to get any funky smells out of them. Nothing like that. You just take it straight out of the box and it's ready to go. And then when you're done, you just rinse them out, clean them, rinse them out, shake them out, set it down, and you're good. Like, it's that easy. So with that, I'm actually going to show you how I do it. Now, when I shave, a lot of times I'll shave when I get out of the shower. It just kind of helps with the skin and whatnot. And while I'm in the shower, I'll do this. Now, I'm going to use Stirling soap today. All right. This is actually tallow, lanolin, and shea butter is what's in this formula. It's a really, really good soap. I've been a fan of it for a while. But this is good. This is a good soap in my opinion. A lot of times I'll bloom it, which means I just put a little bit of water in the top while I'm in the shower, whatever. It just soaks up some of the soap and it makes it slicker. And so I'll set that down, but just so you know. And then as far as that goes, with this brush, here's how you face lather. I just saturate the brush. I've got my sink filled with water because whenever I do any shave, I'll rinse my razor off in the sink, so I can keep a clean razor throughout the shave. Anyways, so you'll see that this is just saturated. The way that I do it is I just shake it out. So my shower actually is right over here. And I get it saturated, I pull it out, and boom, I just shake it out over there. Then what I'll do is I take this bloom water, because I know I'm going to need it later, and I'm just going to pour it into the lid and set it aside right here. Set that down on your countertop. Now what you have is you have this soap here. The water's run off, but it's kind of been preconditioned to lather up. So shake the brush out, and then you're going to load it right here. So there's still water in your brush, but it's not dripping wet. You shook it out here. Because the idea of this stage, you just literally, all you want to do is get as much soap into this and the brush as possible. It's just called the loading stage. So just go in here, load it, probably anywhere from 15 seconds all the way up to 30 seconds. And then you'll see it kind of get pasty like this. Sometimes it's okay to add a few drops of water as well, or you know, you can even put more than that in and just kind of dump it out if you want. That way, you know, you can keep lathering it. But you need some water in there to help load that soap into your knot. Okay. Alright. So there we go. We've got a pretty good amount of soap that's in this brush already. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this bloom water from the Stirling soap. It's been sitting here, it's really slick. And I'm going to put that on my face. Right here. So now my face is kind of slick and wet. And it's prepared for the face lather. So I'll wipe off my hands here. Alright, so this is where you go if you start lathering or putting it into your face. Now, if you're brand new and you just think, okay, I've got soap on my face, I'm good to go, this is better than nothing, but this is not the lather that's preferable when you shave. And the reason why is the lather hasn't become the best that it can be yet. It's not as slick yet. It's actually, if you shave with it right now, you'll probably gum up your razor and it'll be harder to rinse out because it's, you know, so concentrated right now. So what you do at this point, you still got to work it in, but there's not enough moisture in this brush to turn it into what it's supposed to be. So what I do is I just dip the tips just in water and shake it out a little bit. Don't go too crazy, but just get it wet. And you can see here that moisture is going to start building into the lather, and then just start working it in. You can see here it's starting to get there, but you're going to need to add a little bit more water. Don't add too much at once, because that can ruin your lather, dissipate the soap. But you can you see that here? Getting a good lather. Same thing over here. Dip the tips a little bit. Now what you're going to notice is your soap is going to start to build. It's also going to feel slicker. It's going to spread easier. It's not going to be thick and sticky on your face. It's going to look, there's going to be like a sheen to it. That's how you know you're getting there. Alright. So for some people, this is their favorite part of their shave. So they'll just keep lathering for the enjoyment of it. You'll have to find out how much you like to do on yours. But this would be sufficient to start your first pass if you wanted to right here. So this is where you're at. Right here, you're good to go. Or you can keep building by not putting too much at once of water, just a little bit at a time. And there you go. Also, once you've you know, shaved, we'll just pull this off like I did my first pass. All the lathers off your face. There will be more lather left in your brush. Just trying to get this cleaned so I can show you a couple more things really quick. Alright, good enough. So here you are. You just got done with your first pass. I think I got some of that soap in my mouth. I don't recommend that you eat the soap. Smells great. Doesn't taste so great. Alright, so you're done with your first pass. Now what? So you can either go back to, you know, there's plenty of soap in here. Just go back and do the same thing. Or if you want to, you can actually pull from the brush right here. Now you've got it right here in your hands. I like to just, boom, put it here. There you go. So you reapply it. Now you're good for your second pass or whatever. One tip that I'll give you right now, and this is optional, okay? If you ever run out of soap, just go back to the pug and lather again. But if you hold this and keep this, I call these lather mittens right here. So once you're going through your shave, if you ever want to touch up an area and you need more lather, you know, as you're going through your shave, you have this, you know, say that we just shave this right here, and then you feel you want to go over it again and get a certain area, boom, you're right there, and voila. That's face lathering for beginners. So anyways, I'm trying to keep this video short. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments below, and I'll be happy to answer as many of those as possible. And for those that I don't respond to, I'll try and like it just so that you'll know that I've read it and I appreciate your comment. So anyways, with that being said, I really am excited for you beginners to have a fantastic shaving experience right out of the gate. And these are just a few tips that are going to help you to achieve that. And we'll see you in the next Shaving with Rich video. Take care. As always, thanks for watching, and if you want to be notified when my videos come out, just click the bell next to the subscription. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.